Hello, Gerard, everyone. This is Holly, and I'm going to try to give you some public thank you and corrections for your um, more elaborate explanation. A better rewrite of this first sentence might be trying to explain why our Minister of Culture is inept is quite complicated, but I'll try. Trying to explain why our Minister of Culture is inept is quite complicated, but I'll try. A person is inept. A person is happy. A person is sad. A person is inept. So why our Minister of Culture is an inept minister, an inept leader would be correct, or just is inept without the an. Nowadays, the right-wing party is ruling Spain. An important percentage of people, a part of a person is an arm or a leg or a head, but a percentage of people is part of a group. So an important percentage of people in this party are the heirs of Spanish fascism, and then that we had to abide for almost 40 years. As it is written, the abiding is abiding the people rather than abiding the fascism, and I think maybe you mean abiding the fascism or both. I'm not sure. It's not clear in your sentence. So we had to abide Spanish fascism for almost 40 years. An important percentage of the current leadership were leaders during this time as well. I'm not sure if that's your meaning. I live in Catalonia, a region of Spain that has its own culture and language. Our language was forbidden during this period of 40 years. It could only be used at home. It could only be used at home, not in public places. Catalonia is a region quite economically important in Spain, and lots of immigrants from poorer regions of Spain came here during this period of 40 years, searching opportunities to thrive. They kept not they, but their own language, Castilian, the actual name of Spanish language. With a democracy, or with democracy, perhaps you don't need the, just with democracy, a language immersion has been taking place, trying to recover our Catalonian language. The goal of this language immersion is to recover the use of Catalonian in our country, clearly harmed due to the fascist dictatorship. Some of this is duplication, but gets your meaning across quite clearly. Catalonian and Spanish are both official languages in Catalonia. You might want to include now, Catalonian and Spanish are now both, or both now, official languages in Catalonia. The Right Party says that in Catalonia we enforce people to learn Catalonian over Spanish. The right-wing party, when you use just the right party, it could be interpreted as right-wrong, the correct party. So the right-wing party makes that clearer. Yes, it's partially true. Most classes are taught in Catalonian, but Catalonian is still less frequently used or less used than Spanish. They forget that Catalonian is the natural language of Catalonia, and Spanish, actually Castilian, is an imposed language. Even so, it's difficult to find someone that can't speak Spanish, but it's quite easy to find someone the other way around. So you don't need in, find someone the other way around. The other way around is a very common expression. Collocation. The Minister of Culture said that he wants to Hispanicize Catalonian people, and here should be honorary capitalization, even though you may not wish to, capital M, capital C. Even our king scolded him for having said that. That means that the minister wants that we forget Catalonian and that we shall speak only Spanish. Actually, in Catalonia, Spanish language prevails over Catalonian due to a big amount of immigration. Due to large numbers of immigrants, due to strong immigration, but a large number of immigrants, but not a number of immigration. So due to a large or strong immigration, due to a large number of immigrants. This last 30 years, immigration has come mainly from Africa, Central and South America. Central is the American English name for Central America, South America. Because you have Africa, which is not an America, so it's not Africa, America, Central America, and South America. Because of that, you need to either put Central and South America, and Africa, or Africa, Central America, and South America. They prefer to learn Spanish rather than Catalonian. Most people from countries that have Spanish as an official language don't want to bother to learn Catalonian. But the right-wing party is saying to the rest of Spain, otherwise to the rest of Spain, that we are compelling people to learn only Catalonian and hampering their learning of Spanish. So you're hampering their learning, not hampering them so much. So hampering their learning of Spanish. Besides that, this minister wants to get rid of a subject called education of citizenship to favor Catholic religion, to favor the subject of Catholic religion. Favor in American English, F-A-V-O-R, British English, F-A-V-O-U-R. There is no sense to this in a secular country. He also wants to separate boys and girls in schools in order to benefit private religious schools. During this 40 years of fascist dictatorship, the Catholic Church was together with them. So, during the 40 years of fascist dictatorship, the Catholic Church... So I think you're saying the Catholic Church was a strong supporter during the 40 years of fascist dictatorship. There are more things to talk about, like the cuts that have been made in education and the way they have been made. But I'm fed up talking about this obnoxious man, rather than fed up of, just fed up talking about. I'm fed up about this. I'm fed up talking about this. Excellent English practice, interesting information, and more evidence of how so much of the world has similar challenges. Thank you.